Hey, nice to see ya. I'm Smashen. Welcome to this video. So, behavior is finally addressing D-Strike and Object of Obsession. Well, they have certain changes coming for D-Strike with the next big chapter, not the upcoming mid-chapter next week. And for Object of Obsession, they at least have a suggestion how to maybe change it in the not so near future. So D-Strike now has a way to deactivate. It still activates the same after you get unhooked or you unhook yourself. You get the D-Strike active, and then if the killer picks you up from any means, you can stun him real good and stun him for 5 seconds. The 60-second time frame is also staying. But then, if you as a survivor either repair, heal someone else, cleanse a totem, sabotage, or unhook someone, D-Strike will immediately deactivate. In its core, it still does the same. It protects you from a pesky tunneler once. You can still go in a locker, because going in a locker will not deactivate D-Strike. So if a killer really wants your ass, and you don't want to be slugged, just like usual, go into a locker. You can still pick a chest if you want. You can assist your team with items like a flashlight, for example, because saving someone does not deactivate D-Strike. So you can still do a lot of stuff to annoy the killer. You can still get healed by someone, it seems. You can get healed via inner strength. Nancy's a wonderful perk, but you can't attempt to heal yourself via self-care or a medkit. That doesn't work and will deactivate D-Strike. Also, killer-specific interactions will not deactivate D-Strike. So, if you go against a pig, you can use her jigsaw boxes and be completely safe, kinda, doing that, because D-Strike will not deactivate. You can heal yourself from a fountain against plague and not deactivate D-Strike, it seems. But yeah, the real pesky stuff you can't do anymore. You can't just repair a gen in front of the killer and then strike him and then finish repairing the generator like people often do. Yeah, if the killer still hunts you down, you can use an emergency medkit to hopefully get a heal off in time. The survivor is not allowed to sabotage with the new D-Strike, but you can still body block the killer if you so desire, maybe with breakout, and then hopefully you get slugged. So you use your unbreakable soul guard, no matter whatever there is. So you can still do that. So yeah, as a survivor you can still be annoying. That's the core point. But you can't progress the actual objectives anymore without losing D-Strike. Actually, there's one interaction you can still do which progresses the game. You can still open exit gates without losing D-Strike. Keep that in mind. And yeah, there are of course some more interactions you can still do without losing D-Strike. Yeah, in my opinion, it's less abusable now, which is awesome. And as a survivor, you really have to think about touching anything in the game from the mid-chapter onwards. Next chapter, big chapter, my bad. Okay, that's kinda it to D-Strike. So don't forget to tell me your opinion in the comment section. Okay, let's talk about the possible change to Object of Obsession. So they are not sure they want to do the change I mentioned soon, but they are in for opinions about it. So what do they want to do with Object? The new one. Whenever your aura is revealed to the killer's aura becomes revealed to you. So that's the passive thing on the perk. And then if you are the obsession, actually, you get another effect. Your aura is revealed to the killer for 3 seconds every 30 seconds. So if you are the obsession, you will trigger the passive part of this perk every 30 seconds, which is kinda neat. And to be honest, I like how they want to change it. It doesn't obliterate Freddy anymore. It doesn't seem to be super annoying. And you can't have 4 people using it all at once to annoy the killer, because yeah, the passive part is active on everyone, but only one person can be the obsession in the trial and get the free aura reading every 30 seconds. With the old object of obsession, it didn't really matter if you are the obsession or not, because look at the values here. You can see the killer in a 64 meter radius, or if you are the obsession, in a 72 meter radius. Yeah, the range thing is whatever. So the range condition is completely gone on the new one. So you can actually see the killer from farther away with the new one, which shouldn't be the case because no map should be that large. There are some maps where the old object literally couldn't see the killer anymore because, like, for example, on Azarov's, it was so freaking wide. And it still is. Yeah, you can't just use object and Mary's letter, for example, to go to a ridiculous map and abuse the hell out of object. But now it's just kind of a neat perk to use, to be honest. Most killers run barbecue. So whenever the killer hooks a survivor and he has barbecue equipped as a perk, you can see the killer now, because the killer reveals your aura with barbecue for 5 seconds, and in return you can see the killer for 5 seconds every time he hooks someone. Or a common perk, a nurse's calling, reveals you when you are healing or being healed in a 28 meter radius, I think, or 24. And yeah, if you are healing and you can see the killer's aura, that's good. So he can sneak up on you, for example, with a low TR or with no TR. Don't forget, if the killer actually is undetectable, object of obsession will light up just like Spine Chill, but it won't show you the aura. So you still get a warning against stealthy killers, but you can see them. So if you're actually healing and a nurse's calling is on that killer, you will know he has a nurse's calling, and you will know he's pretty nearby. And yeah, he definitely saw you. So stop healing and get the hell out of there. And now it has the additional benefit, if you are the obsession, to be sometimes awesome in a chase, because the effect could trigger in a very spicy moment. The old object could not trigger in the killer's terror radius, so usually it didn't do anything in a chase except against Freddy, literally giving you wall hacks against him. So yeah, with the new one, every 30 seconds you can see the killer for 3 seconds, which could come in handy in a chase. If the killer is for some reason running I'm all ears, joke's on him, because he can see your aura for 5 seconds, but you can see him as well. Yeah, honestly, the more I read about it, the more I want to try this iteration. and see how much value I get out of the aura reading. But yeah, sadly, this change is actually up in the sky. They don't know if this ever gets released. They did no programming on this at all yet. So no plans when it's coming. Don't forget to give me your opinion about the changes. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope we enjoy the changes soon. And yeah, until then, bye.